So episode 15 is going to cover a really fabulous line, and you can see why some people say it's their favourite.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Manda number 5, and I'm Keith Guppy. So yes, you've guessed it, we're going to look at the huge Saga line today, from 2006 and 2007. I'm a real fan of this line. I managed to get the whole set from my wife many years ago in a one-er. I think she bought the whole lot from America, so I was really lucky because there are a few variants and some of them are quite hard to get hold of. It wasn't until I started getting them out today that I realised what a great line it is. There are over 117 different figures in this line, over 4 or 5 main sort of themes. Because there's so many figures and there's so many great figures I want to show you today, I'm going to do the vehicles and play sets, multi-packs next week. But this week, we're just going to concentrate on the figures. Again, if you like the channel, please like it, please comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. But I just want to again say thanks everyone for all your support. So here's a standard card figures in Cardback from the Saga line. There were 74 basic figures, square card, Star Wars, classic Star Wars logo across the top, the Saga line there, the number, this is Saga number 62, picture of the character, and then the droids. What I loved about this series is the photograph backing you get, and I'll highlight some of those later on. They're really, really cool. That's obviously Kashyyyk, and there's some very unique Kashyyyk battle droids in their green camo, which is really nice. On the top as well, you had a different color for every film. So that's obviously Revenge of the Sith, and every film had a different color. There was obviously at the time 6. And then on the back, you've got what other figures are in the range. But this is quite unique. You had a little, either red or blue or silver, and I'll explain the silver one in a minute, little minifigure to collect on the back. And I've got a picture somewhere of all the figures you can get. That's the little Darth Maul. But they're quite cool because you can actually put them onto a chess set. I don't think they actually did it, but they can be used for chess pieces, which is quite cool. So yeah, so that's the main line of figures. Then they did 14 of what they called the Greatest Battles collection. There you go. So it's just at the bottom, and there's 14. So yeah, they were quite cool because they covered most of the battles. Really good again backing photograph, if you can see that. And then the backgrounds are the same. So they had those as well, and then you had 9 what they called heroes and villains. So again, just a different, says heroes and villains on the bottom. There are 12 of those to collect. And again, the back's the same, just this is just a blue stormtrooper with this one. So yeah, and then finally you had the Ultimate Galactic Hunt, like a chase series, which has got the silver foil badge, the little Galactic Hunt logo there, and then you've got a silver stand with these. So really nice. Some of these are quite sought after. So yeah, and on the back, as I said earlier on, there is the silver minifigure in these. I think they're all different. Yeah, there's another silver one. This is a Project Commando chase figure, and there you go. You've got Yoda. Slightly different silver actually than that one, but a bit of a darker silver, which is interesting. But yeah, so that's the sort of the range of the figures. But I want to go into some of the figures in a bit more detail and the exclusives because I think they're really cool.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, this line had some really, really smart backing pictures. You've got all the great scenes. You've got the Hoth scenes, the AT-AT, the Pit of Carcoon, some really, really, really nice backing photographs that really make the card backs for me. They covered all the major scenes, the hologram scenes, Capture the Droids, the Cantina, the Battle of Utapu, the Emperor's Throne Room, but really, really nice. Some really nice Hoth ones with Imperial Stormtroopers in the background as well. Jabba, the skiff, really, really, really nice and really made the line for me.
Yeah, and today we'll just, as we're going to just do the figures, I won't release the value of the collection until next week's video.
I nearly forgot these. They also did 2 lines of what they called the Vintage Saga from 2006 and 2007. So they started in 2006. They produced 5 figures, which were supposed to recreate the original vintage figures from the 3 original films. There was 5 of these. This is Greedo, and they all came in these clamshells. Now, over the years, some of the clamshells can yellow, and these figures also quite common that they yellow inside as well, unfortunately. So the first 5 had the silver logo on the front, and then they moved on. In 2007, they produced 6 figures with a gold logo on the front, and this is Bosk, but unfortunately this is typical. This is this clamshell is yellowed. And the Boss bubble inside is yellowed a little bit as well, but pretty cool figures. In terms of prices now, they fluctuate quite a lot, anywhere between £20 and £40 each. Sometimes one will sell for silly money, and I'm lucky enough to have a store display with these, which is really cool. It actually mentions the George Lucas figure, which I'll show you a bit later on. IG88 is always quite hard to get a hold of, because that was the mainstay of that figure for quite a while. But they also did a Luke Skywalker as well, which is pretty cool. Tusken Raider, Han Solo Hoth, Leia in poncho, but quite a cool line. Just recreated some of the classics. Yeah, so as I said at the start of the video, I absolutely love this line. And before I look at the exclusives, there are some really cool exclusives, and before we look at the top 5 or 6 most expensive figures, I just wanted to just show you a few of the other ones that I really love in the range. As I said before, they've all got these really cool backing cards. So this is obviously inside Grievous's flagship, and this is Lushrus Define. He obviously died when Grievous's ship crashed, but really cool. I mean, you get a little console with him and everything, little green console. Really cool figures. I think you can probably, that's the only place you can probably get this figure, but really smart. I really love that one. And then we've got Gragra from the Phantom Menace at the market, where Jar Jar, I think, nicked some food at the market, and he met Sebulba for the first time. But look at that figure. It's got some like little toads or fish or something like that there. Look, really cool figure. Great backdrop. Just love that figure. And again, that is very unique to this line, that figure. And then another cool one I like is a Fire Speeder pilot. Again, look at that background. Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, what can you say about that? It's absolutely fantastic. The figure is, I mean, look at the little hose on him. Very unique. Grievous' ship in the background about to crash on Coruscant. But really cool. Really love that one. And then one that has been done a few times, but this is a great version, is Moan Nadon Hammerhead in the Cantina with his staff, but a real chunky figure. And I really love that one as well, but pretty cool. So let's take a look at some of the most valuable figures. So in terms of the most expensive figures in the line, I think you'll be quite surprised on some of these. Even the most valuable figure is probably only about £50–60. But we'll start with Chief Chirper at about number 6 or 7. He would cost you about 35 quid. It's quite a unique figure, and there's a lot of people out there who collect the Ewoks in particular. Again, the background's brilliant. You got stormtroopers being bashed by Ewoks in the jungle, in the forest. Absolutely brilliant scene again. But yeah, this one's got a very good likeness to the actual character, which I think is probably why it's one of the more expensive ones. And then you move into some of the Cantina members. Now these have gone up dramatically since the announcement of the Cantina on the HasLab, which is why all these have gone up. Now there's 4 or 5 that's sorry, 3 or 4 that are probably all around the 40 to 50, maybe even 60, 70 quid mark they'd be going for. This is Hem Dazon. These are all very, very unique figures, which is why everyone's clamoring to get hold of them for their cantina scene. But a really cool figure. You get a little table with him and a little cup, but really nice figure again. One of my favourites. And then carrying on the theme, you've got Kitik Keed Kak. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so the praying mantis figure. Again, very cool. With the background of Tatooine in the background, Mos Eisley. So another one which has gone up in value. Again, probably 40 or 50 quid, that figure right now, if you want to get him. And then you've got something a bit different. Paradroid. This is a cool Paradroid because you've got the little bit that goes on his head. So you've got 2 droids in there. Again, about £40 to get that on the secondary market at the moment. But quite a cool little pack of figures in there. And then you've got another Cantina, or 2 Cantina patrons. They're the Nabrun, Leeds and Cabby, with the real nice silver outfit. Really, again, a really nice figure with a gun, the blasters. But a real nice double pack there. Again, that would cost you about 45, 50 quid at the moment. That one. And then finally, probably one of my absolute favourites actually, from the Jedi Council. And if you can only get this figure in this, and I think a Jedi Council 3-pack, or 4-pack. But yeah, really cool figure. I mean, it's got like a concept lightsaber with it. Yarrow Poof, Jedi Master, really cool figure. This is the sort of thing that should have been in the Acolyte for me, but it wasn't. Yeah, but really cool. From the Phantom Menace Council. Again, very rare figure. That one there, probably again 45, 50 quid figure, but it's always been quite expensive, that figure. So yeah, there's a top one and some of my favourites. Now let's have a look at the exclusives and some of the variants you can get. So what I really love about doing these figure series is you guys always point out the variants that I've never heard about, which is really good because, you know, every day's a school day. But it's brilliant. But so I've got a couple examples of variants in this line, but I couldn't find too many more. The one that sticks out is the Grievous. So you've got the Grievous with the lightsabers, and you've got the Grievous with the cloak. Exactly the same packaging. 9 out of 12 for the Heroes and Villains line. But looks completely different, obviously, because of the cloak. In fact, the whole Grievous is a different colour, slightly different sculpt, completely. So it's a completely different figure. And on the back, yeah, exactly the same. There is different colour troopers in the back, but apart from that, exactly the same. They just decided to put a cloak on him on one of the figures. So that's that variant. And the other one that probably most people know about is these R2-D2s. So yeah, spot the difference. Now they've all got different base plates. So that's got Mustafar Lava base plate in there. This one's got a light brown sort of base plate, you can see in there. Sorry, the glare's rubbish in this room. And then you've got a darker base plate in this one. Yeah, so interesting little variant. All the backs, I guess, are probably going to be exactly the same. Yep. All red figures inside there. Yeah, and the back's exactly the same. So there's another interesting variant, but please, everybody, leave in notes in the comment and let me know of any more you know of. The line has some pretty cool exclusive figures as well, which at a time we're really in demand. I mean, this one here is a Target exclusive Demise of Grievous. So he's just been shot and his body's exploding. He's got flames coming out of his eyes. Really cool figure. This is probably only worth 20, 30 quid now, which is, I was surprised because it's such a cool figure. It's got the Galactic Hunt, silver foil top, and then some really cool artwork on the back of Obi-Wan killing him and him exploding. So that's a really cool one. And then you also had the Shadow Stormtrooper exclusive. and that came from that was an internet exclusive back in 2006 or 7, 2006. But it's cool because it's got the like cartoon on the background. So again, some really cool images on the back of the packaging. Gives you a bit of a background of him. So really unusual. These all come in these clamshells again, and thankfully these haven't been yellowed, so they're okay. But really nice figure. I like that a lot. And then you had 2 separation of the twins. So the scene at the end when the when Leia went towards Iran, and then Luke obviously goes to Tatooine. But really cool figures, holding the babies, and on the back you've got the birth of each of the babies, which is really cool. They're both different as well, so I really like them a lot. Again, probably 25-30 quid each on the secondary market, so it's not a massive amount of money, but really unique and cool. And obviously they've got a completely different style about them. They've got the gold theme going on, which matches the episode 3 Revenge of the Sith orange logo at the top. But really cool figures. And then finally you had 3 others. You had this really cool 501st Stormtrooper, which is really unique. The packaging is cool. It's got Vader's Legion banner in the background. Really nice. This is graded AFA graded 9 and circulated, so a really nice piece this is. And they're quite sought after, especially by the 501st Legion people who dress up and stuff. They're really quite sought after. And the back is really cool. You've got Darth Vader, and you've got obviously the original blue Clone Troopers, and the later version ones. But really cool. And then to go alongside that, you had R2KT, in memory of Katie Johnson. So this was to support Make-A-Wish Foundation, but a really nice figure, really cool, bright pink packaging. Obviously you've got the pink droid. This again is AFA 9 uncirculated, so a really nice piece. And on the back you've got a picture of her with the droid, which is really nice, but a real nice piece. These are quite sought after, probably 50 quid loose, not ungraded. You'd have to pay for that. And then finally, we've got the one I mentioned earlier on, George Lucas, mail-in exclusive from 2006. So George basically in a Stormtrooper outfit, but pretty cool figure. This one's again graded AFA 90 uncirculated. Slight bit of tinge and yellow on the bubble, not too much. But yeah, pretty cool. And then on the back you've got basically a picture of him with a Stormtrooper while they're filming New Hope. So really cool. Again, they're probably worth about 40-50 quid ungraded. Yeah, so that's basically all the figures. I could go on and on because there's so many really cool figures in this line. Most of the figures, if you average them all out, they'd be about 18, 16, 17, 18 pounds each. So not a massive value, but obviously there's over 120 of them. So that value does begin to tot up. And what I'll do next week is I'll reveal the total price for the line, what I've got missing. Thankfully I've got none of the figures missing. And then we'll reveal, we'll show you all the vehicles and the ships, and there's some beasts in that. There's shuttles, there's AT-ATs. It's a really cool line. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.